Join Mr. Rabbit for a garden party with plenty of treats. What did I find on the Easter egg hunt today? 3-ingredient carrot cake! Your family will be impressed thinking this cake is from a bakery. Even if you don't know how to bake, there are only 3 ingredients in this incredibly delicious carrot cake and the frosting too. So let's make it together and be sure to keep on watching. Guys, if you have cookies and milk in your house, you can make this cake. First, you are going to start with a family-sized package of Oreos. These are the carrot cake flavor, and scrape off the cream to use for the icing later on. Just pile that mountain of cream in a separate bowl and set it aside. Now for the cookies, I'm crushing them up in a food processor, or if you don't have one, you could throw them in a Ziploc bag and hit with a rolling pin. That works well too. You want the crumbs to be mostly crushed, but they don't need to be picture perfect. In fact, some coarse crumbs give the carrot cake its texture. Once you have your cookie crumbs, I'm mixing them with 1 tablespoon of baking powder and whisking until it is all combined. These are our dry ingredients today, super delicious cookie crumbs. And for the wet ingredients, I'm measuring out 1 cup of milk and heating that up in the microwave for about 30 to 40 seconds. It should be warm but not hot. All we need to do is add 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. This will make our cake extra moist. It doesn't look too pretty, but I promise it's worth it. After letting it sit and curdle for 5 minutes, the mixture should resemble a cottage cheese. Go ahead and pour that into the cookie crumbs and mix them together really well. Your batter is all set when it looks like a lumpy oatmeal. To prevent any sticking, make sure to grease and flour your pan thoroughly and line the bottom with some parchment paper. I'm filling a 6-inch pan with the batter, and it is completely optional, but cake strips ensure that your cake has a flat top, but you can also even it out by slicing some of the top off with a knife. Pop your cake in the oven for 40 to 45 minutes at 325 degrees or until a toothpick comes out clean. Our cake is looking good, and all that we are missing is our frosting. Using the cream from earlier, it is enough to frost the cake as it is, but you will need more cream from an additional package of Oreos if you want to layer it like me. The last step is whipping in your cream cheese on high speed until it is a smooth and creamy consistency. To layer and decorate this cake bakery style, let's slice it into 2 even layers and spread some frosting on top of the first layer. You can use an offset spatula if you don't have a piping bag. However, I like piping it on first and then smoothing it nice and evenly with the spatula after I get the frosting on there. Next, I'm repeating the same step with the second layer. And once that's evened out, start frosting down the side of the cake. Remember, it is better to put slightly more than not enough because you don't want the frosting to come off the cake when we smooth it out. For this, you can pick any of these tools since all of them do the same thing. Either a large wooden spatula, icing card, or bench scraper. I'm using a light pressure and sweeping as I turn around the cake to remove the excess frosting and wiping to clean it before making another sweep. Also, a cake comb adds so much to the look with a pretty design, and I'm using that light pressure as I turn the same as we did before. With the rest of the frosting, I'm making a delicate bead border with the tip number 10 by piping a small ball and dragging it flat into a teardrop shape. And my favorite are these rosettes with the tip number 21. I'm letting the frosting flow out a tiny bit and keeping the pressure as I turn counterclockwise. This is not a carrot cake without carrots. Of course, you can make your own out of icing, but you can't go wrong with these pre-made sugar decorations. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if you did, comment down below your favorite cake flavor so I can remake it into another 3-ingredient version. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.